Coming up on AQHA presents, it's raining in Italy. The world's best reiners come together in Manerbio, Italy's Palesturla. Riders from 17 countries vie for both team and individual medals at the FEI World Reining Championship. Has America's dominance in the sport of reining come to an end? You'll find out. It's raining Italian style. Up next on AQHA Presents. Welcome to AQHA Presents, the international report on the world's most versatile equine breed, the American Quarter Horse. Buongiorno. Reining horses and riders have trained, prepared, and hauled from 17 different countries to make it here, to Manerbio, Italy's beautiful Palesturla, the site of the first FEI World Reining Championship.
This event saw a need to allow the growth of the FEI reining to continue. We couldn't just rest on our laurels at the World Equestrian Games. We needed to create an event or a venue to allow participation in the odd years or the Olympic years, which naturally led us to the World Championship.
This international event includes both a team and individual competition. First is the team competition, and the four reiners wearing the red, white, and blue of the United States are Craig Schmersal of Overbrook, Oklahoma, Pete Kyle and Jordan Larson of Whitesboro, Texas, and Tom McCutcheon of Aubrey, Texas.
It's entirely different. You know, you don't feel responsible for yourself. You feel, you got the responsibility to carry your own weight for three other guys too. You know, it's entirely different. I grew up playing team sports, and I love this part of what we're doing. I love the team concept, so it's a lot of fun for us.
American rider Pete Kyle has been to Europe to conduct clinics and has even served as the U.S. team's chef de keep. But this is his very first time to ride for the United States. A well-deserved honor for this accomplished horseman. Thousands of miles from the fine wine and fresh pasta of Italy lies Kyle Ranch in Whitesboro, Texas. Owner Pete Kyle is a former AQHA Professional Horseman of the Year and a fixture at all of reining's biggest events. Yet, when he qualified for the FEI World Reining Championship, he immediately realized actually getting to the show in Italy wasn't going to be easy.
Yes, and it's expensive. By the time you figure up flying your horse over there, all your equipment there, hiring somebody to trailer the horses from the airport down to the show we're at, paying for all the show expenses, and so there's a lot of cost getting all of the grooms and the veterinarians and the staff that you need there as well with out just ourselves. So it's a big cost and it's a lot of work, and it's a big challenge to get it done. And we're fortunate to have Jerry Kimball as chairman of the USEF.
All of the riders on the U.S. team credit reining enthusiast Jerry Kimmel's support as a big reason they're able to show in Italy. In addition, Pete Kyle has raised donations from the city of Whitesboro and also received a $10,000 donation from a feed manufacturer. That money will go a long way to ensuring that Pete and his horse have a successful FEI World Reining Championship. A horse, by the way, Pete is excited to be taking with him. Sandra Holt's Palomino mare, a Bueno Poco Dunnett.
The horse is a really very talented mare, and then also very good-minded. So the combination of those make it easy to ride and train her, and that's why she's capable of going out and marking the scores that she is. Another great thing about her is she's a princess. I mean, she's a very pretty mare and has a really long mane and is really attractive and has been very successful.
Pete's team in Italy includes his son Ryan and, of course, wife Tamara. Their support will be crucial for Pete Kyle in his international reining debut.
Well, it's something that I've strived for since getting involved with the USEF and trying to promote it. I think it's great for our industry that we're involved worldwide like we are, and the recognition we're getting for the sport. So that's why I was more than glad to put endless hours in. But to be able to go and actually compete and represent your country and be with your fellow horsemen representing your country, it's just a great honor, and it's just something that just really humbles you, and really, really looking forward to it. And we're really working hard to go over there and come back with that gold medal.
Back to Pete Kyle for his first ever international ride. Aboard Sandra Holt's Palomino mare, a Bueno Poco Dunnet. Pete's wife Tamara and his teammates voice their support as he slides into the arena.
Oh, I tell you what, I was a little nervous. But it was great, you know, it's just like that. Anytime you go through that gate, I mean, it just becomes natural what you're supposed to do, you know. And I was really wanting to make a solid run for my team van, and I tell you, it was more than I expected. She was super, super quiet in there. I ran in for that first stop, and she nailed it and backed up. And when I relaxed, she just stood there and just said she was ready.
Pete Kyle and a Bueno Poco Dunnet do their job for Team USA very well and score a strong 222.
We talk about it all the time, that we feel that we should win the gold, and we want to win the gold, and we want to dominate. I mean, the sport was worldwide, and there's a lot of great young guys that have come up that are really doing the reining well. So we have to work really hard now to stay at the top. And we know it. It's not a cakewalk. We know we come, there's going to be some big challenges, and we want to be at the top, and so we work really hard as a team to get together and get there.
The spread of the quarter horse around the world is just one of the most wonderful things, I think, that our founders would have been so proud of. To see the impact that they have here in all these countries, to see the impact of people that maybe are being introduced to the quarter horse for the first time, and seeing the quality and the tremendous athletic ability of this horse is just thrilling, and it makes me very, very proud of AQHA and the National Reining Horse Association, along with FEI, for what they've done to showcase our great product.
Up next, the eyes of the world are watching. It's the conclusion of the team competition, and for the U.S., walking away with the gold is shaping up to be an enormous challenge. More from Manerbio, Italy, and the FEI World Reining Championship coming up. AQHA Presents is brought to you by Bayer Corporation, makers of quality animal health products. Bank of America, the official credit card of AQHA. Ford, the best-selling trucks are built Ford tough. And by American Quarter Horse Journal, the official publication of the American Quarter Horse Association.
Okay, so the all-new 09 F-150 is the only truck with those new steps on the tailgate and the side of the box, making it easier to get to the cargo. And you're thinking, I don't need those. Oh yeah? Let's do the math. How many times are you going to be in and out of the cargo box? Once? Twice? No. I'm thinking 50, maybe 60,000 times, especially since it's got the most payload. See what I'm getting at? Hey, unless all you're carrying is yarn, it seems like a no-brainer to me, okay? It's not just a new truck. It's a new F-150.
I inhabit the nightmares of Italian loafers. I've trodden my own path. I have stepped in bull, but never talked it. I have been rehealed, resold, but never replaced. I have spent more time on dirt than cement.
You're out here for a reason. So are we. This holiday season, find gifts everyone will love at your local Tractor Supply store or TractorSupply.com. Tractor Supply Company, the stuff you need out here.
Okay, let's get started. Tom, how are we doing?
Well, at FedEx office, ground shipping rates are less than at the UPS store, which has substantially reduced overhead.
And with the savings, we were able to buy these massage chairs.
Everybody likes a good massage. Sorry, I'm late. Right there.
Ooh. Relax, it's FedEx.
Cappuccino, anyone? Welcome back to Italy, the FEI World Reining Championship. Pete Kyle and a Bueno Poco Dunnet got the U.S. team off to a strong start. Trying to keep their gold medal hopes alive, Jordan Larson and Lena Gallo, an 8-year-old bay stallion, spin their way to a solid 220.5. Then it's time for the Americans to cheer on Tom McCutcheon. Tom is riding a horse he's very familiar with, Rough Hearted Jack, an 11-year-old Red Dun stallion. They mark a 2:19. The Americans are riding well, but the international sport of reining has seen tremendous growth over the past decade, which means riders and horses here in Europe are spinning and sliding with more skill than ever. And Team Germany's Sylvia Schepke proves it.
It was just such a great feeling. I'm just so happy about it. I just love that horse, and yeah, it was just, I knew he could do it, but it's always hard to keep everything together. So yeah, I just tried to trust him, and he did it, I guess.
Sylvia has international experience, riding for Team Germany in the 2006 World Equestrian Games. Today, she's riding Dr. Zip Nick, a 6-year-old bay stallion. And as she completes her pattern, the crowd goes wild. Sylvia marks the highest score of the day, a 2:27.5.
I knew the horse can do it, and he's the best horse I've ever rode in my life. And yeah, all I did was I just tried to keep him calm and just trust in him that he'll do it.
With both Team Germany and Team Italy showing strong, the pressure begins to mount for the United States riders. But they don't seem to mind. They all see this tough competition as a great testament to where their sport is heading.
We had 17 countries represented here, and there are other countries coming on board all the time. So as far as how it sits internationally, it's the sky's the limit.
The Italian team is having a great day. Fan favorite Dario Camignani aboard 7-year-old bay stallion Arc Magic Enterprise marked 2:22. The U.S. team's final rider is Craig Schmersal. Craig has had success here in this very arena, winning a gold in 2005. Riding Casey Holly's Mr. Dual Ray, an 8-year-old sorrel stallion, with wife Ginger voicing her support from the stands, they score a solid 2:21.
You used to come to these and it was like just a few countries that were in contention, and now, it was up in the air. Medals were up in the air until right at the end, and that's exciting. It's good for the sport.
For the Italians, their top score of the day comes from David Brigente on Duelin' for Me, an 11-year-old chestnut stallion.
He's a really nice horse, great-minded. He's always listen, and he always wants to be good. Since the beginning, we got the feeling together, and I like him a lot. So it comes natural to treat him good, and he likes it.
David's score of 2:24 puts the Italian team over the top as they capture the team gold medal in the first FEI World Reining Championship. The final standings look like this, with Team Italy capturing gold. Team USA's solid showing gives them the silver. And Germany, with Sylvia Schepke leading the way, grabs the bronze.
Well, obviously, you're never comfortable with losing. I was very proud of our guys. We come over here, and they did a very good job. It's tough competition. The Italians came out, and they were ready to play.
Standing at the top of the podium, Team Italy savors this big win in front of their home crowd.
It's very good. Italy is the first medal, gold medal we win from the United States. Yeah, I'm very happy, and very happy for the Italian rider too, because they do a very good job in this time. For me, it's a very good satisfaction to win in Italy, because I have a friend, it's very good to win here. And I tried to win in the United States in 2010.
Emboldened with confidence, the Italian team has high hopes for what's looking to be a very competitive 2010 World Equestrian Games in Lexington, Kentucky. But so does the United States.
Yes, home cooking 2010. We're looking forward to it.
Up next, 20 riders have made it back to the individual competition. Can the United States Reiners regain their status as the world's best? We'll find out when AQHA Presents returns. Roman Colosseums and Italian cathedrals. Welcome back to Italy and the FEI World Reining Championship. All of these riders had to work hard to qualify for this show. So the American riders are taking advantage of any break they get to do a little Italian sightseeing with their spouses. That's when they're especially grateful for teammate Tom McCutcheon. He's been serving as both a tour guide and Italian interpreter.
Yeah. I mean, I speak pretty good Italian, and I'm kind of I'm kind of the interpreter / guide for our team here, but this country's a second home to me. I spent 4 years here, way back in the late 80s, early 90s. So I mean, I love the food, I love the country. I mean, I really enjoy it here. You can't go wrong here. I mean, I like everything in Italy. To me, the food here is the best in the world.
Back to competition. With all these talented horses and riders, the Americans know they're going to have to put together some huge scores to avenge their second-place finish in the team competition. One of the first riders in the individual finals is the youngest, 17-year-old Tammy Graves of Great Britain. Tammy is riding 6-year-old Palomino stallion Jack Wonders Who, a past German futurity champion. Reining since 2005, Tammy marks a score of 214. Nice score for this young rider with a bright future.
I don't think it makes too much of a difference, to be honest. It's a little bit scary riding against all these big trainers and things, but I've had a lot of fun since I've been here, so it's been a good experience and a big honour to be here and selected on the team as well.
We knew that we had to step it up after the first go, you know. It's just we had some tough luck in the first go, and we just had to step it up, and I feel more comfortable doing that than anything else. So I hate to cruise through. I knew that we had to be as good as we could be today, and my horse hung pretty tough today, and I was proud of him.
All 4 American riders finished in the top 20 and made these individual finals. Craig Schmersal and Mr. Dual Ray improve on their earlier performance, spinning and sliding their way to a 225.
It's definitely getting tougher and tougher. Those guys, they buy our horses, they watch our training tapes, and they study, they do their homework. They're not going backwards, that's for sure. And they're going to, half the Italian team, I didn't even know who they were. They're a bunch of young guys, and they got a pretty tough young group of trainers coming up.
Craig Schmersal is referring to young talented trainers such as Ricky Van Oos Young from Holland.
Well, it was pretty exciting when I went in because, Holland didn't do too well, so I knew I had to do a little better, and I wanted to get in the finals for myself, too. So, we got in, and I thought, let's go. I was ready to go in, and he felt really good out here. In the warm-up, he was fresh, and he felt really, really good. So, first stop was good, I thought. Backup was good. He spins awesome. He's just a really, really good spinner, so that always helps. It felt really, really good. I was really happy.
Riding Burnt Starlight, a 10-year-old bay stallion, Ricky marks at 223. Like most people, Ricky wants to learn from the best. That's why she spent several summers training with American reiner Del Hendricks in Texas. But she too is beginning to see this sport get a strong foothold here in Europe as well.
We have a lot of reiners in Holland, and the weekend shows and stuff are really, really big. Yeah, there's lots of horses, and it goes really early till really late, so it's really a lot of interest in it, and everybody had a lot of interest in the reining sport. Even the dressage and jumpers over there really are liking it a lot, and it's growing every year, so that's pretty cool.
Up next, it's the exciting conclusion to the individual competition of the FEI World Reining Championship. We'll hand out gold, silver, and bronze in Manerbio. Coming up.
I figure the engineers who built the all-new 09 F-150 are probably the same guys we all cheated off of in science class. We're thinking about pizza, they're thinking about aerodynamic wake properties. Crazy smart. Take fuel economy, for example. They gave it 21 miles per gallon. You can't get a truck with better mileage. And they didn't give up an ounce of power to get it. In fact, they actually increased the horsepower. Now that is some A-plus truck thinking. It's not just a new truck. It's a new F-150.
AQHA Presents has been brought to you by FedEx. You can always rely on the ultimate in reliable shipping. Relax, it's FedEx. Professional's Choice, the official provider of sports medicine products. Bayer Corporation, makers of quality animal health products. And by Bank of America, the official credit card of AQHA. Welcome back to the FEI World Reining Championships. Holding on to the momentum, rousing up the crowd, a pair of Italian riders have nice runs in the individual finals. First, Italian Gennaro Lendi aboard Playing It Out, a 15-year-old bay stallion. He scores a 225 to tie Craig Schmersal for the top score. Those scores, however, would not hold up. Accomplished Italian reiner Dario Carmignani takes to the arena. Impressing the crowd and the judges, Dario and Arc-Magic Enterprise, a 7-year-old bay stallion, ride their way to a 2:27. American riders Tom McCutcheon and Pete Kyle do their best, but fall short. Tom McCutcheon and Rough-Hearted Jack score a 2:22, and Pete Kyle on a Bueno Poco Dunnit mark a 2:24. So the pressure is on for the United States team's youngest rider, 27-year-old Jordan Larson. Jordan spent months preparing for this big moment back home in Whitesboro, Texas.
I think it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I mean, I hope I'll get the chance again, but I'm gonna, do every thing I can do to be as competitive as possible and bring home the gold.
Jordan's horse for these FEI championships is owned by Lapke Quarter Horses of Logan, Iowa. 8-year-old bay stallion, Lena Gallo.
I'm just thankful to have the kind of horse that can compete over there. I'm just lucky to have people that let me ride him, because there's a lot of guys out there that are just as good as I am, but don't have the stock, or that particular horse. He's a cool horse. He's definitely a gold medal kind of horse. I hope that, there's a lot more pressure, I imagine. I don't really know what it's going to be like yet. Just try not to think about it too much.
Adding to Jordan's pressure is the fact that he and his wife are pregnant with their first child. Their doctor gave them the okay to travel, but they've still prepared themselves for the unexpected.
She's going to get to come, but may have an Italian baby.
So the Italian and American fans inch towards the edge of their seats as Jordan Larson begins his run. Jordan's horse, Lena Gallo, has plenty of show experience, finishing in the top 10 at the NRHA's Futurity, making the finals of the NRHA Derby, and competing at the AQHA World Show as well. Tough as nails, Jordan puts together some huge stops and dizzying spins. Jordan Larson of Whitesboro, Texas, aboard Lena Gallo, marks the highest score of his young career on the biggest stage of his life. A remarkable 2:28.
And anytime you get beat, you want to go do better, and it's satisfying to do well. So that's what we crave as competitors, and if you have a horse that's capable of doing it, it makes it that much better. So it's an honor to ride a horse that's this level of horse. He's a great horse. For my career, it's probably the biggest thing yet. So it was awesome. It's awesome. It hadn't sunk in quite yet, so try not to get too emotional.
So the final standings in the 2008 FEI World Reining Championship individual competition look like this. With Jordan Larson and Lena Gallo winning the gold, Dario Carmignani on Arc-Magic Enterprise finished just 1 point behind and take home the silver. And it's a tie for bronze between Italy's Gennaro Lendi on Playing It Out and the United States' Craig Schmersal aboard Mr. Dual Ray. For the United States, it's redemption. After coming in second to the Italians in the team competition, they capture the top place on the podium and ride home with an FEI gold medal. As the medals are handed out, everyone in Manerbio comes together to celebrate a hugely successful inaugural FEI World Reining Championship.
I think it's just a great sport, and today was nice that we're going home with a gold medal, and the guys did a terrific job. The Italians were real good. I'm involved because I love reining. I love the people that are involved in reining, and it's just a nice life.
Thanks for joining us in Italy for the first ever FEI World Reining Championship. Ciao. We'll see you next time on AQHA Presents